Many tropical countries are implementing policies to reduce deforestation and mitigate climate change. One example are payments for ecosystem services. Here, local landowners receive incentives in exchange for reducing deforestation and enhancing natural resources management. But we are still trying to understand whether these policies are effective and where and why will they work. So our study looks at two aspects of payments for ecosystem services. First, how different are the areas enrolled in such programs compared to those that are not? For example, do participants tend to enroll forest areas with lower deforestation risks compared to the non-enrolled areas? If this is the case, we expect a lower deforestation reduction due to what is called an adverse selection bias. Second, if payments for ecosystem services program reduces deforestation, could it be because deforestation was displaced in the adjacent non-enrolled areas? That would be a negative spillover effect. Or on the contrary, could the adjacent non-enrolled areas experience deforestation reductions by means of a positive spillover effect? Peru implements a forest conservation program named Programa Bosques within indigenous communities of the Peruvian Amazon. Participating communities receive technical assistance and a payment of around $3 for every forest hectare that they voluntarily and collectively decide to conserve. Participants are conditioned to avoid deforestation in these forests, and they must invest the payment in the implementation of sustainable production systems. Outside of these enrolled forests, land use decisions are not constrained. Between 2011 and 2013, the first 50 communities enrolled for this program. To detect deforestation and monitor compliance, the program developed a forest monitoring system, which is based on satellite images. We use this data to compare deforestation in the enrolled lands and in very similar lands of non-participating communities. We have found no significant deforestation reductions within the enrolled areas, which could be attributed to an adverse selection bias. In other words, when participants are allowed to enroll only parts of their lands, they tend to select those with lower deforestation threats. We have also observed some unsanctioned deforestation. These two aspects could have contributed to less effective conservation outcomes. On the other hand, we found small deforestation reductions in the areas that participant communities did not enroll for the program. Two hypotheses could explain this outcome. First, a positive spillover by which the implementation of sustainable production systems increases the demand for labor, so less labor is available for deforestation activities in the non-enrolled areas. Second, a behavioral change is taking place among participants. They have become aware that their forests are monitored and are thus motivated to adopt additional conservation efforts. Based on our results, we have three recommendations. Programa Bosques should increase its enforcement capacity to sanctioning compliance. The program should also adapt and test additional selection criteria to prioritize the enrollment of communities under high threat. Voluntary payments contracts should cover the whole community's territory rather than just one sub-area.